Hello, thank you for joining me today. Talking about fear. Talking about this is in my series for Confessions of a Six-Figure Coach, and I'm here to basically tell the truth about what it takes to get a six-figure business and what it really means to have one, because it's not always what you think. I used to think it was the holy grail of business to get to that elusive six figures. I remember being in a group, in a it was a paid mastermind group coaching kind of program. It was a membership site really, but it was kind of slightly more high paid than a lot of them. And there was a separate section for people that were at six figures, for women that were at six figures. Hello, Josephine. Thank you for being here. And I remember thinking like, oh, can't wait to be in that group. It was just like this elite group that were at six figures. And it also said in the group, it also said that you had to prove that you're at six figures. You couldn't just say you're at six figures, you had to prove it, screenshots of your money, basically. And I was just like, oh, all I wanted to do was be in there. It was a yearly membership program, and I was in it for a couple of years, and then I left because it just wasn't serving me anymore. But I remember, I laugh now when I look back, thinking that was just like such a pinnacle to get to six figures. And now that I've been at six figures for several years, it just makes me laugh really, because really it's not a whole lot different. I think I thought you had to be a completely different person. So I want to know what you want to know about being a six-figure coach. What questions have you got, or what is it you really want to know? And today I'm talking about fear, because fear has played regular visits into my journey in business, and I just want to talk about that a little bit, because I think we just need to talk about this stuff. And I'm preparing at the moment to get ready to fly to the UK next week to do a one-day event in London. I can't wait. And I think it's going to be an amazing day. But I just love being in the room with other women that are on their journey in business. And there was one event I was flying to a couple of years ago. And I actually can't remember the details now of what happened the week beforehand. But basically, I had a real cash flow crisis. And I was telling women how to make money in their business. And that week it was just like, I remember it was the afternoon before, as I was flying out on Friday morning to do the event all day Saturday. And I went to we have these local credit unions, kind of like a bank in town. And after I finished work on Thursday, I thought I'll just go in there and just make sure I've got some cash, because because I knew there was some problem with our accounts, that I just couldn't access my accounts properly. And I went and I completely forgot that our local credit union closes at 1 o'clock on Thursdays. And I couldn't get my hands on any money, on any cash. So I had to get on the plane virtually with no cash, and with just my business card that wasn't working. There was I can't even remember what the problem was. And like, I felt such a fraud going and talking about money and how to make money when I didn't have enough money myself. And I knew I was going to actually get a big bill from the hotel. I was staying in the hotel. I was running a one-day event. It included lunch. And I was going to get a bill of probably over £1,000 when I left. And I was terrified the whole time that, I even had this when I went to bed that night. I even had this like dream, sort of nearly nightmare, that that I went to the desk to pay my bill when I was leaving, and I was on my way to the airport on the Sunday, and that my card didn't work, and they called the police to arrest me because I hadn't paid my bill. Now, this was a dream, it was a very bad dream. I woke up in such a sweat, and then I had to go and get on the plane feeling like this, and really, it just, that fear is just it can be such a paralysing thing. And I realised that that fear stayed with me all weekend. We had a great event, everyone was delighted with it, it all went really well. But I remember after I left the hotel and I paid, and it all seemed to work, because I really do believe that the universe has my back. Things seem to work. Well, the money came out during the week, and the money, it all worked out. But I remember after that thinking like, I am not going to let fear or just the numbers not being right in my account stop me anymore. I'm not going to let it. I think the thing was what I was letting it mean about me. I was letting it mean in my own mind that that I was, I wasn't a good person, that I wasn't a good businesswoman, that I was being a fraud, that I wasn't really good enough to be doing the work that I was doing, to be getting on a plane and going and flying and running an event. And it's, I really got then that really the amount of money in our accounts, it doesn't make any difference. We're here to serve. And now, even when I feel the fear over something, there'll often be something that comes up. I'm just like, oh, there you are. Yeah. And I just let it go. I just notice it and I just let it go and I carry on. And the best thing that I find to do now is to go do something, go help somebody. Go think like, okay, who can I serve? How can I serve? How can I serve my people even more? Like now I'm running my free challenge, my Get Clients Now challenge. And I'll just like, if I'm feeling like that, I just go into the group, okay, who needs some help? Go help somebody. And it's the best way to just to move on, because it's normal. These thoughts will come and go, and that's all that the fear is. It's just thought. And it's just like a thought storm that we have in our head. It can be a bit more like a hurricane than a storm sometimes. And it's just, it can be nuts. It can be really hard. It can be really harsh energy to have inside your head when we get, in these times of fear, particularly in our business, because it's so easy for it to think like that means that I'm not doing a good enough job. It means, of times when we don't have enough clients, or there's not enough cash flow, or there's not enough going on, to think that means we're not good enough. And that's simply not true. It just means that you need to get on and go and do something. Go and help somebody, go and serve, and the money will come, the clients will come. It's all there for you because people need your help. And that's what I wanted to share with you today, that even when there's fear there, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong. It doesn't mean necessarily that there's any problems to fix. You just need to carry on. You just need to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you will be successful. Just stay in the room, stay present, and just go do something. Just go do something. Go help somebody. Go do something for yourself. Self-care is always a good idea too. So I want to know, did this resonate with you? Let me know if you have any questions. I am going to be covering lots of different topics here in the Confessions of a Six-Figure Coach series. So let me know what you'd like to hear. And I'll be back with you again tomorrow. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.